Hello everyone, Canon Lowen here, back with more Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, and last time we completely failed against Death Gun with Kirito mode. And I did a little bit more grinding off screen. I mean, not much. I have gotten to level 70, so just one more level. And I found out that in the sands here, the Demon Cave has level 97 enemies in it, so that was interesting, and I was actually doing decently well against them as well. But I got a few new weapons, like, I mean, just look at that damage, 493. Like, let's just see, my old weapon has 326, and whenever I would get a weak point critical hit, I would do a roughly around 5,000 damage with this gun, and so this weapon has nearly double that, and it dropped, and it was an item drop from one of the monsters that was there, so I mean, I'll take it. Another gun that I got was this one, the Robust Mark II++, and it has 277 damage, which is my best assault rifle by far at this point, I think. And I also got this from it as well, but, well, it is a double burst fire, so maybe that's decent. So so I might have to go back there in order to get some better weapons. But in the meantime, let's see what our Arphasis has to say. Oh boy, I was kind of afraid of that. If you progress further, you will not be able to solve the mystery of Death Gun that Kirito is after. If you would like to solve the mystery, please progress in Kirito mode. You can select Kirito mode and blah blah blah. Okay, well, that pretty much put a wrench in my plans a little bit, because since I failed against Death Gun so horribly, I didn't really plan on actually going to fight him again this soon. So basically, I either have to grind or find some way to beat him without super level spamming. But in the meantime, since I know that I'm gonna fail against Death Gun right away, again, let's go to the Demon Cave. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because just to pretty much showcase it, since it has such high level enemies, and I'm not exactly sure if you have to go into... I'm not sure if you return back to it, obviously, since this is a blind run, so maybe we'll see it later. But as you can see here, these are level 95, 96 enemies. And I'm actually doing decently well enough against them to kill them. Which, I mean, honestly, I think I can just accredit that too to the fact that there isn't any fastest smiles in here, as far as I'm aware. I am really glad, though, that it does tell you that you have to go back to Kirito mode if you want to see the rest of that story, because honestly, I'm pretty sure there are many games that have points of no return, and then they just don't bother telling you for some reason. And then as soon as you find out, after you find out about that, you're like, really? I wanted to find out this, this, and this before I decided to do that, or whatever. So yeah, I'm really glad that they put that in there, instead of just forcing you to not see the rest of that. And this is a really cheap way of fighting this, but I don't really care. And as you can see in the lower left-hand corner where it says the experience and stuff that I get, even though that these things are level 90 plus, they don't really give all that much more experience. And what I mean by this is that the normal enemies in the underground Glocken dungeon that we did just earlier, they were giving roughly around 2,400 experience, which for that level isn't really that great in my opinion anyway, but they were giving out 2,400 experience for a level 67, and these things are 30 levels higher, just about, and they only give me 3,000-ish, or 3,500 for some of them. So it just feels like, I don't know, I just feel like it should be a little bit more than that, like maybe 4,000 to 5,000, especially considering how low of a level I am, but maybe they want it so that the higher levels are harder to achieve, of course. I mean, that could be possible. And that rate of fire is just annihilating that guy. And Yuki's about to get wrecked. Honestly, I don't know what this fastest smile is doing, but I'll take the 9,000 experience. So like the heavier type of the more heavily armored ones, or just the bigger enemies give around 9,000 to 10,000, which is great, but at the same time, the sniper butterflies that I was kind of farming earlier, they are only level 57, and yeah, they're kind of annoying, but they give you 11,000 experience per kill, which is not bad at all for its level, so pretty much it doesn't really matter as much what level you're actually fighting for gaining a lot of experience. It's mainly the enemy type, it feels like, which is kind of, it just feels kind of odd. 492. Well, I finally got, well, actually I can use a better sword than this. I think it's that DLC sword that had like 800 attack. Yeah. So it just feels... And that paralysis move, whoever is doing that, ow. Well, okay, just get headshot and spam, I guess. Headshot spam you instead. It might be Premier, but there's one of my characters puts paralysis on them, and then you can pretty much get a free kill, which is pretty nice. Oh, there's a sniper dude, no wonder. So even though that I'm 30 levels below the level of enemies here, I'm actually doing alright, which is really surprising because I felt like I was having a lot more troubles when I was only like 10 levels below some of the areas. And now I'm 30 levels below, and then I'm having no problem, really, no major problems at all. It just feels really ironic. I mean, if I'm having not really that many troubles with these guys now, how would they be if I was level 90? You know what I mean? And some of my weapons aren't even really super amazing either. Like, well, these SMGs are alright, but they're not super amazing. Their base damage is only 180, I think. And those pistols, as you saw before, they do like nearly 500 with the ones that I recently got, so pretty big change there. And teleporters. So I nearly have SMGs maxed out. This might be... Is this the boss room? What the... Kirito question mark? Well, I will admit he is probably using the sword skills a lot better than I am, but at the same time, I'm not doing as nearly as much damage as Death Gun does, so it's only fair. But I actually like the touch of him having the white hair, too. Wow, these shotguns are doing just about nothing to him. He must have really high defense. Switch back to SMGs. Ow. Yeah, these do a lot more to him. I mean, some of my party members are dying, but actually not that much, considering. Gave me 14,000 experience on a praise sword. I mean, that's kind of the thing about swords, is that it just feels like you are really restricted on your range. Because obviously with guns, you can pretty much fight at any range that you want, as long as you're not using shotguns, I suppose. But swords, you have to be right next to them, and then oftentimes the enemies that you're fighting do extremely high damage. So it just doesn't... It really doesn't suit me, let's just say. I don't see... Oh. I really reload fast now. Well, I'm not sure if I reload... Ow. Well, okay. I mean, against a sniper level 97, that actually does make a lot of sense. That I would get one shot. But with the SMGs, it almost feels like I reload even faster than I was before, which is just ridiculous. I am kind of hoping that I get some even better weapons, especially the SMGs or shotguns. If I could get some better weapons for those enemy types. Ooh, level 120. Excuse me. Level 120. I know I'm doing decent, but that might be a bit overkill. Or you can just sit there and let me shoot you. I guess that works too. And yes, he does do plenty of damage, even with not being a sniper rifle. Ow. I think if I take down one of them, I might be able to kill the second one. Oh boy. Can you stop moving that close to me, please? I mean, I have him over half dead now. Well, as long as my teammates are actually putting some poison and stuff on them. Wow. That took a while, but 32,000 experience. I'll take that. And I honestly have no idea what the Genocider is doing. He's just kind of sitting there. I mean, he's occasionally swinging a sword, but besides that, he's not really doing all that much. I'm actually, well, I'm not quite running out of ammo, but I'm definitely using a lot of it. Yeah, if only if I had better SMGs, this guy would have been taken down a really long time ago. I mean, I guess he kind of moves fast when he wants to, but he doesn't really want to all that much. Did I really beat a dungeon that was 30 plus levels above me with the bosses being 60 levels above me? Cyber MTX 2? Okay then. Let's see what new weapons we got. So we have MTX 2. That actually, it's not as good as the other one that I have, I think. That one's even worse. Not as good as the 800 damage sword, and ooh, that one's almost as good as the Hecate equivalent. Close, but not quite. See how many spaces I have left? 30? Now, where am I supposed to go from here now? I mean, I think I came from up there. Let's... Okay, that has the midpoint in there, so this is not where I'm supposed to go. And up here was just that chest.
見つけました。警戒してください。
警戒を。強そうだ。気をつけよう。この程度か。
ワクワクです。ワクワクです。
回復する。
I don't know if I explored down here. I guess this is the way to go. Huh. There must be chests up here. Treasure? Storage full, cannot acquire item. Say what? Unless it just meant that, huh. Oh. I have plenty of shotgun ammo, that must be what it is. I was about to say, I better get that item. But it's only ammo. Of course it's only ammo. Why wouldn't it be, why would it be a super amazing weapon from a level 90 area? Can't have any of that. Wow, those mines are doing nothing compared to, death gun straps. Those are ridiculous. But the knockback is kind of annoying. I will admit that. Time to get you out of the way. Yeah, I am actually really surprised that I'm not getting decimated by, well, of course I say that just as I fall off, that I'm not getting decimated by the XL cannons. Because usually they do a decent amount of damage, but they're pretty much doing the same as the lower level ones, which is interesting. Having a manhole in a dungeon, yeah, that makes sense. Was this one of the teleporting? I know that there's a trap that teleport. Yeah, it is. Because sometimes you actually do need to use the traps in order to actually go to the next area. Level 105. Well, actually, we just defeated level 120 bosses. I shouldn't be worried about this guy. Of course, as I say that, he's just stomping the ground and just, oh, you get insta-killed. It's like, thank you. Well, at least Death Gun doesn't do that. I mean, okay.
回復するアファスオンに切る
Time to go for the next
最高です
big dude. What the? That was some cheap work right there, pal. Come on.
頑張れよかかってこいはっ勇気やられたか アファス
Yeah, maybe I should just go for this guy first.
回復する
素晴らしいですありがとう
I mean, the boss itself is actually
すごいです
not bad at all.
頑張れよ
ありがとうです
頑張れよ
素晴らしいですすごいよわメガナです
きついなこれでグレネード行くぞ
援護し助かります
プレミアオンに切る
ブレイク今だね
かかってこい
Yeah, and that stomp that doesn't even really deal damage, but still knocks you down is really annoying.
この程度か頑張れよ頑張れよクリックかかってこい頑張れよこの程度か
I'm just missing with the healing bullet shots.
かかってこい頑張れよ
Oh, come on. What did he even hit me with?
来てください回復をお願いします
Well, I guess I shouldn't really be all that surprised, but
よしレベルアップ
レベルアップですよしレベルアップです
I mean, that golem just, with this huge shockwave with the laser beam, it just made it really hard to not get knocked about all the time. So that's great. So for Premiere, we're at 27 and Yuki's at 77. And yeah, that was the Devil's Cave. Or, I mean, not Devil's Cave, Demon Cave in the Solitary Sands that had the super high level enemies that doesn't give you the amount of experience that they probably should. Because I can only imagine how much experience you need to actually get levels by level 90. Because right now I need like 260,000? 270,000, yeah. So that's gonna be quite a bit by the time I get over there, get to that level. Get her dexterity up, I guess. And she can't even use the Robust Mark II++. Oh, I guess she can dual wield the assault rifles. Kind of forgot about that. So yeah, that was the Demon Cave, and like I said in the last part, I really have no idea how I'm gonna beat Deathgun. I'm probably gonna have to look up how people have done it, because I am failing horribly against him. So, thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day.